Hey guys, it's Britt. I tried to make a video yesterday. I actually made a really nice long one, but unfortunately, I don't know, something was going on with my mic. You couldn't hear me. I was even trying to edit like little certain parts, and it was terrible. It gave me anxiety to even try and edit it. So I have finally this hydrangea here. I mean, minus these crispy spots, and it looks a little droopy right now. It's finally kind of fully bloomed. So I think this hydrangea turned out really nice. I'm gonna move on pretty swiftly to some other parts. This is being made into a new garden bed. So I thought this is gonna be like like a skinny garden bed with one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. So until I figure out how big everything is gonna get. I mean, the only thing that I think is gonna get, look how cute that Caviciferous obtusa is. That's really nice. Until I figure out because I don't know how big this mop top is gonna get here. So yeah. And then I don't know how big this sunshine ligustrum is gonna get. They can get pretty big. So yeah, I'm gonna try and do some editing and show you guys. We replaced that Cleome with a Spirea, and it's a neon flash Spirea. So it's got those really pretty little pink blooms. I'm loving that. I think that's a good spot for it. And then I have some yarrow over here, which, as you can see, blooming up pretty nicely. Can't wait till it blooms. I gotta turn the drip line back on. And then over here we have, I believe this is a raspberry. It's from Proven Winners, but it's a raspberry Agastache. So that's about to be blooming. I was looking at videos that I had from last night. This Calibrachoa grew really nice. That phlox, even though it's all weird and floppy, it looks like it's grown pretty nice. I have an aster that I planted there. I grew that from a little baby plug. So I'm really happy to see that blooming. Just looks like it needs a little bit of water over here. We got some Gara on the back over there. Moving on, we have right here a really cool little porterweed, which I know is not native to my area and definitely not hardy. So it's apparently filled with nectar though, so I think that's really nice that it's growing. I mean, this one's growing straight up and down. That's really, really cool. So they grow and they bloom all, here, let me see if I can. They grow and they bloom all the way up that little spike there. So it's pretty cool. What else do we have? This was sold to me as like a red Vulcan. A red Vulcan lobelia, but yeah, guys, that's not red, it's purple. So whatever, it's fine. We have this little area back here that's looking pretty nice. I decided to put my Thuja whipcord back there, and then there is a hydrangea right next to it. You can barely see. But that lantana is just blooming beautifully right next to that Supertunia and this yellow purslane. So this is a nice little spot. What else do we have over here? I have some Ascot Rainbow Euphorbia that I planted there. right in front of some verbena, which I know that verbena is not going to come back, so try and get some seeds from it. And then one of my Salvia nemorosa, that's a bumbleberry. And then this is a new one that I just got, the Sun Sparkler. What is that? The Sedum Dazzleberry. So I just planted that. And then this is finally filling in with our compost. I've been breaking it down. We have a nice, cute little, this is a blue sage here that is deciding it wants to flower. So yay for that. That's another one that I raised from an itty bitty little plug. So got some blooms. But look at this wild aster back here. Pretty cool about having pretty cool part about having like a bunch of brush and wild stuff behind your house. So I remember looking at that and I was like, I wonder what flowers that's gonna be. I think it looked pretty cool growing through those, that tall grass there. But yeah, I just need to find a way to get rid of that trumpet vine. It's a worry for another time. So yeah, the deer found my wedding gown hydrangea, which is disappointing. Look at that deer damage. I don't think there was a bloom there, so. But yeah, look how pretty that is, minus the fact that it's floppy. Better give it some water, but it's putting on some fall color too. So, I put you can barely see it, red twig dogwood here. It's a Sergeant Pepper. So, very nice. This is kind of where all my annuals went, over here in this garden. But I'm not going to get too in-depth over here because I did it yesterday and I'm running out of time. But starting to actually spread around the compost over here and make this what is going to be a garden bed. It's going to be actually pretty thick garden bed, as you can see, but once all this compost is spread around and I have it all down the way that I want it to be, look at that Sun King Aurelia though. There's some nice things going on in here, guys. That's a silly string hosta. There's another hosta over there. That's my whitewood aster. Japanese maple that only has leaves on the bottom. That's a barren wort. It hasn't skipped a beat since it came in the mail, so very good. Let's see. So the idea is, now you see with the cardboard, we're gonna continue dropping the compost around there. And then continuing on in this garden bed. My little smoke bush, just planted that because I had another one there and it just defoliated, so that made me sad. So I just went and bought another one, whatever. Let's see. Oh, this is the, can barely see it, but I just planted this one yesterday. That's the Back in Black, Rock and Grow Back in Black sedum. So that's what I have right there. And look at this, guys. Throw that over there. That's that firecracker bush that is like almost blooming. So I'm pretty excited to see that actually come out and bloom. This was about to bloom as well, but the deer found my house and ate all the blooms off of it, sadly. So It is what it is. But anyways, yeah, so I know it's not much, but it is some progress, guys. I didn't want to make too long of a video because, like I said, I went and kind of pointed out everything yesterday, and then the whole video was just the first time my video was corrupted. This was a couple weeks ago, and then this one, the microphone, I don't know what happened to it, but you couldn't hear anything, and it was just, the audio was terrible, and it just wasn't, I didn't like it. So so I did want to kind of at least give a little update on something. This is Salvia nemorosa. I think this is the bumbleberry. This is the Vitex plant. This is the bush version. The bush version that my boyfriend ran over in the yard. So hopefully it's making a comeback. So he said, I gave your plant a haircut. Oh, okay. This is all annual section. These were all those recovery plants that somebody was going to throw away. And I was like, well, my sister said, I'll take them. And she brought a bunch over to me. Can you believe it? People are throwing away cleomes. But looks like we got a little bit of powdery mildew here. But look how cool. This little Speedwell Veronica. I cut back all the spent blooms because when my sister got it for me, it was pretty much all spent blooms, and we got some coming in. So super cool, super cute. This is a balloon flower, but it's not getting much sun because of this, which I think it's time to do a little cutting back on this because poor balloon flower not getting any love. So yeah, these guys are starting to take over here, so I probably should cut it back. I put that plumbago in the ground, boom, taking off. My Joe Pye weed, I don't know, it needs some help. I mean, it's got super weak stems, so I don't know. Well, that's cute. That's that little flamingo plant. My little dwarf Alberta spruce. And then, so yeah, this is how this is going to go. I'm going to put all these little, kind of to enclose it, the little pavers around the way. And then I guess the smoke bush is going to be outside of the garden bed. I don't know. So we're going to move on. And it's all going to look much better when it's actually all pulled out and looks like a garden bed. But got a denim and lace. Ooh, I'm not trying to buggy bumble. Denim and lace, Russian sage. Trying to stay away from this bumble because I was watching someone's video the other day. They said they were just moving one of their plants and they got stung right in the face. So don't want that to happen. But yeah, pulling this out here, gonna look good. It does look good right now. And this is all just from, this year. It's hopefully all these guys come back. I just realized this monster of a plant is it's not a perennial. I thought that this was one of the new perennials for our zone, the rockin' fuchsia. Rockin' fuchsia salvia, pink salvia. So it got so big over just this was probably one of my first plant purchases. Could try and post a little picture of it when it was a baby, but crazy. Got a little pentas here, get out of my own way. We got a little pentas here, and then a straw flower, a blue fescue. I know this is a terrible time to be doing this. Terrible, terrible, terrible. No way! Check it out. Oh, that's exciting. This plant has been stomped on, smashed, stepped on. I mean, the horror that this has gone through, and she just kept trying to come back, this dahlia. Wow, that's crazy. Beautiful. How exciting. How exciting. New additions, the Blue Surprise. I hope it does well here. The Blue Surprise, Lawsonia, juniper. Put some grass there. I got to get rid of that fabric. I put all that fabric there at the beginning of the year to kill off the grass, which it did a wonderful job of. What's that? Tiny Tough Stuff, hydrangea. One of my Heather's Kramer. That's gonna have like bright pink flowers on it, but look at the rose bush is fabulous. I mean, can't be mad about something like this. Look at, I mean, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Sight for sore eyes, I'd say. Having a bad day? Look at this. Come check it out. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Got, I think I counted 12 blooms on it the other day. And this could take to be deadheaded a little bit. Oh, here's another one of my sun sparklers. I want to put this right in the ground right here, but the roof people have to come tomorrow to fix the gutters. We're having an issue. And then I have a blue caryopsis that's going to go right there, but also, or not tomorrow, Monday. I don't really want to plant new things and then risk them being stepped on. So the butterfly bush is looking like petered out totally. If I deadhead it, then ooh, don't want to piss you off, Mr. Bumblebee. Sorry. I remember that was trying to grow. I gotta go back and look at videos. This salvia I kept saying, I don't think it's gonna make it. I don't think it's gonna make it. And look at that. I think it's making it. This is a nice little view over here, though. This is probably one of the only parts of my garden, this little corner here, except when this is fully blooming, that I'm like, okay, I'm seeing, this is the vision. We got to get rid of all that grass too. But like with the coreopsis, and these just things look full, and you can kind of see them in their like final state-ish. But this isn't going to be here next year. So that's why I'm going to put the blue caryopsis there, because I think it's the same shade blue as this. I think this is rockin', or no, it's just the black and blue, just the black and blue salvia. So yeah, I think it's the same shade. But it's a nice little view over here. Go for a grass cut, but yeah. And then we have up here the this fuchsia plant has really been trying to it struggled kind of all year, and then now that it's cooling off, it's coming back with a bunch of blooms. So I love that. Look at that. Beautiful. It had a rough summer, but yep, now it's just coming back. Very nice. Very nice. So I think that's kind of everything. One thing I really wanted to add was my window, or not my window boxes, my front porch planters. I put these together myself. Put some of that Proven Winners Desert Prairie, I think that's what it's called, grass. And then this was one of my hanger baskets. This ivy, English ivy was in there. And also, oh, it's looking a little droopy. This was also in one of my hanging baskets. So I just cut it up and cut it in two and put one of each in the planter box. So thought that was a really nice touch. So, all right guys, thanks for watching.